Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday to you. I can't believe it's Friday already. It just seems that the week just flew by here. It was Monday, I swear. Yesterday was Monday, but no, it's now Friday today. And it's not that I don't like Fridays, and everybody likes a Friday, and know that maybe they can take it a little easy on the Saturday and whatnot. But I would say that we don't live for the Fridays here. I would say more to the point, I love Monday mornings. I've heard somebody say Monday mornings, like that's when you get to put your jersey on. It's your time to rock it. And I guess when you love what you do and what you're passionate about, the 9 to 5 or the 5 to 5 or whatever hours you work, whatever you're doing for the bulk of your day, if you're passionate about it, it's going to make things fly by a whole lot faster. And it's a better way of living. I mean, I know that there have been, jobs that I've had, back when I was younger that maybe you didn't enjoy quite so much, but they were stepping stones to where you eventually get. And I would imagine most people about, this stage in my life, I would hope, whatever they're doing for their, 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or 12 hours a day or however many hours you're working, that you probably love what you do. If you don't, I hope you find that in your life. And I would say that most people, when you interact with them, if they're in business for themselves, you know whether or not they love what they do because you interact with them. So hey, good afternoon. It's Brandon Devenish from i3D Themes with this week's interactive number 85, where we share what we're passionate about. Here we are. And what we've been working on in the i3D Themes Design and Code Labs. Let's start off with what Colin has been working on this week in the Design Lab. Oxygen as a WordPress theme, and he's getting very, very close to having this ready. I would say he's done all the design, probably most of the development work. He's done the uninstall, wipe everything, reinstall, wipe it again, reinstall, test, 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 test. And I would say that it's pretty much ready at that point. He's going to be going through the installation routines and the packaging, working with me to figure out how best to package this as a product, because it's using a different framework than we've used before, called the Gantry framework. And it's got some really great features that he's very comfortable in using and providing as a part of the theme. So the next couple of weeks will probably I'm going to say by mid-May, we will have the Oxygen WordPress theme ready to go. Which is really fantastic because he's going to then be able to move on to the next design and make this process a whole lot faster. And as we move forward through the next quarter. And then, of course, he's had all of the projects he's been working on. I'm surprised he's been able to get as much work done on the Oxygen WordPress theme as he has, given all the projects he's also been dealing with on a day-to-day basis. But he's like Superman, hey? So in the Code Lab this week, I did not have Adam. He took another week off, but I get him next week. Really excited for that. This last week has enabled me to work on version 1.6 of our Pegasaas Accelerator WordPress Performance Optimization plugin. Now 1.6 is there's not going to be a lot of visible features, but there's going to be some major improvements under the hood. Currently, I think we're on like 1.5.26. There have been a few patches, so to speak, in this version. We've ironed that out, but in 1.6, it's going to be it's based on data delivery. So one thing that we realized over the last month or so with a number of the new installations is that people want to speed up their WordPress websites, and Pegasaas is the answer. The trouble is that Pegasaas, well, when we built the API system, we wanted it to be fast. We wanted it to be able to handle a lot of requests, thousands of requests. And so what that means is that it can do a lot in a short period of time. So if you say, hey, Pegasaas, I want to accelerate all these pages and I want to scan these pages for page speed and these ones for the benchmark page speed, and here you go, here are my requests, and here's several hundred of them, and the API says, Okay, good. Bam, 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 bam. Here you go, here you go, here you go. All that data in a short period of time. Well, if you're on a slow web server, it goes, wah! And overloads the web server. Sorry, we're just trying to be efficient. And so what we've had to do is build a system where we go, how slow are you? Or how fast are you? And, oh, you're, okay, it takes that long to load up your admin panel? Okay. So we automatically detect that, and we say, all right, you are so slow or slow fast or whatever, how fast you are. How fast are we going to deliver this data? So then we go, all right, you are on a super slow website. No problem. You're going to send us 10 requests. We're going to say, all right, we'll do the first one, and then we're going to wait. And we're going to wait, and we're going to give you a little bit of time to settle down before we do another scan. And this is the level of web hosting. There are web hosting providers out there that are providing not very much for what you would hope would be a good platform. There are some big names in web hosting out there where you can just ping the admin panel for WordPress and it takes 7, 8, 9 seconds to load, which is totally unacceptable. That means that you have way too many websites on that web server, tying up too many resources. I mean, some of these hosting platforms, what they do is they force feed a caching plugin on you so that it appears as though the web hosting is fast because it automatically, requests a cache page, and the next time you view it, okay, great, it loads fast. But if you're in development mode, I hate these caching plugins for development mode. You go to make a change and nothing changes, and you're like, oh, right, I've got to clear the cache. And they give this illusion that the web hosting platform is fast, and it really isn't. And so when you go to try to deliver a bunch of data back, either the critical path CSS or the page speed scores that we're scanning on the pages, it overloads, and things go, they freeze up. So that's why we developed this new mechanism, new data delivery mechanism that I would say we'll have released by next Friday, version 1.6. And so yeah, that'll be that. And then after that, we're working on one new feature before I go away on vacation. Adam's going to be filling my shoes with the support while I'm away, which I need to sort of get him all organized with before I go away. But I go away in June for a couple weeks. It's the first time I'm taking 2 weeks off in a row in like ever. Going on a family trip, so it's going to be awesome. But in that meantime, we're going to need to make sure somebody's going to be able to answer some questions. I will be available in the event that something goes wrong. Because, we live in a modern age where you can take a data connection and a laptop with you. But for the most part, I will not be checking in very often. But yeah, so we're going to be doing one more feature for Pegasaas before I go, which is going to be centered on something called HTTP2 push. I know that's a really hard one to get your mind around. It's a protocol. It's a mechanism within the protocol that allows you to push requests for JavaScript and CSS and images if you want before the web browser actually requests it. So the server can say, hey, here you go, start loading this stuff before the HTML is even parsed. And what that does is that gives the web page the ability to have things pretty much preloaded before they would normally be by possibly a factor of a half a second. It depends on how many milliseconds things are and how things are arranged in the web page. In any case, that's what we're going to work on next. And so that'll be first week in May, and hopefully we'll have that tidied up. I'm going to say by May 15th, because at that point I'm going to not want to be working on anything new or release anything new before I go away on vacation in the event that, things aren't settled, so to speak. But yeah, so that's what we've been working on here. Hope you've had a fantastic week and have great plans ahead of you for the weekend. I know we do. It looks like it's springtime, almost summer is actually going to be here this weekend. 17 degrees, maybe? probably more like 11. Oh, Celsius. Sorry for those of our friends down south of the border. I think that's something like 50, 60, maybe 70 degrees. It's not too bad for April, I guess. Anyways, talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.